Hey everyone, I'm Eric Bowman, Editor-in-Chief for TravelPulse here in Epic Universe, Universal Orlando's brand new theme park. I'm currently outside of one of the portals here, Isle of Berk. So much to experience here. Dragons behind me. We've got Harry Potter World over there. We've got Dark Universe too, and of course, Mario, Donkey Kong, Nintendo World. So much to love, so much to experience here with new innovations, new technology. So come along and check out some of the highlights and hear from those who built it.
Yeah, you know, when we approached this project, we wanted to look at something that would be a differentiator for this park. And we looked to like the great European gardens and how those have always been a place where people can come together and share experiences and relax and kind of decompress from their week and their days. And we felt like that's what Celestial Park wanted to be. So it's an area that's got the high thrills like Stardust Racers, but it's also got these beautiful gardens and waterways that just kind of allow you to decompress between all of the excitement of Epic Universe. Yeah, this is definitely a foodie park. I have been super excited. Blue Dragon, Pan-Asian Cuisine just opened this past week. That's the last edition of restaurants for a grand opening. And the food here is phenomenal. Huge variety from Atlantic, which is a surf and turf restaurant. Pizza Moon is probably the craziest pizza restaurant you're ever gonna see in your life. And the food is amazing. I came in a couple days ago just to have lunch at Oak and Star Tavern because the barbecue is out of this world. There is something for everybody here and it is all delicious. I tell everybody to make sure that you take the time to actually experience this space. Don't live through a camera, don't live through your phone. Put it away, talk with the people you're with, use Celestial Park as what it was designed for, as a place to connect.
So first of all, there's Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, which is one of my favorite attractions in the entirety of Epic Universe. And I love the idea of Bowser actually challenging Mario to a race. That excites me. By the way, nice Easter egg, if you make your way through the attraction queue, you're gonna see Bowser's library, and there are several books in that library that have a lot of really fun titles in them. I'd welcome you to check that out. And this Super Nintendo World has the largest library in the world, so that's a really fun little Easter egg. Then you get Yoshi's Adventure. It's something for all of our families to be able to go take care of, and you're on a hunt to go find all of the eggs. And that is a really fun little ride. It's a nice relaxing jaunt through the land. And then of course you've got Minecart Madness over in Donkey Kong Country. And this is a prototypical ride that we've created where you actually feel as if you're in the minecart for Donkey Kong Country, and you're able to leap over pieces of track that are missing, and it's really fun for people to watch. What I love about the fact is that you get to come out of Peach's castle and immediately hit the Mushroom Kingdom, and you're right, it is completely layered. And it gives you an immediate sense of you getting the opportunity to have the call of action of playing. Like, that's one of the things that I've always talked about as far as Nintendo's collaboration with us, is that they're so open to the idea of guests playing with the park and the park playing back with them. Giving the guests an opportunity to be able to accomplish tasks, set goals, and overcome them while they're in the world is something that's really special. Make sure that you get your power bands and make sure that you activate them with the app. Also, for you gamers out there, if you're an old school gamer, you'll understand this a little bit more than our younger folk. When you hit a block and you get a coin, don't just stop with one hit. There could be extra coins sitting inside those blocks.
I think we have a really great mix here of for the very small set and for the older set. So I think it's really a perfect balance for any family that is trying to do something for everybody and not have, you know, your teenager be bored or your grandma can't go on a ride, right? Everybody can really enjoy everything. Hiccup's Wing Gliders is just an incredibly fun coaster. I don't even know how many times I've ridden it. I'm just very, very pleased with it. But, you know, the Toothless meet and greet, I think, is probably one of the things. Watching guests really get emotional when meeting him, and it is I just love watching it. I could watch him all day. Yeah. You got to rope drop Toothless. I mean, the line gets quite long. And save Fire Drill for last, because you do get very, very wet.
We are in Paris in the 1920s in a place called Place Cachée, which means the hidden place. We are in Wizarding Paris. So not only do we have beautiful streets of Paris, Art Nouveau, Jazz Age Paris, but also it's populated by fantastic beasts, because we wanted to marry the two franchises, so you can visit Fantastic Beasts here, and then you can go into the Metroflux to go to 1990s London to visit the Ministry of Magic. We really wanted to connect the two franchises. We wanted to experience Fantastic Beasts and connect it, and the way we thought about that is we wanted to create a new story. So we've created a story that happens after all the books and movies with Imelda Staunton reprising her role as Dolores Umbridge, and she did an awesome job. And so we said, well, let's use the Metroflux to connect these two spaces. It really is the most ambitious queue in the history of queues, and we're super proud of it. I mean, we've set a challenge for ourselves now. How does that ever get topped? Because it's very immersive. You know, we work with guest research, so we know where our guests want to go and what characters and stories that they love. And so we know they wanted to visit Hogwarts. Then we know they wanted to go to Diagon Alley. Well, we knew the next place they were burning to visit was the Ministry of Magic, and so we've delivered that. Every scene in every movie and every description in every book that talks about the Ministry of Magic, we built it. And so it's all here, either in the queue or in the ride itself. But we have things from the original franchise. You know, you can find the Sorcerer's Stone right here in Paris if you're looking for it.
Oh,
That's a little hint. You'll have to find it on your own, but it's here. My tip to you is don't rush. Take the time. We have now got 4 theme parks. We've got 11 resort hotels. It's a full week-long destination. Give yourself enough time to absorb the details, to immerse yourself in the story, enjoy all the experiences. Because, like I said, people talk about the 11 rides and 2 shows. There are more than 50 attractions and experiences just in Epic Universe. So give yourself the time. And, you know, you're here to enjoy yourself. Don't rush through it.
In the World of Dark Universe, we have 2 attractions. The first one being Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment. And this is an adventure with the great-granddaughter of Dr. Henry Frankenstein from our classic Universal film. And so she has come back to her ancestral home, reclaimed the ancestral manor, and is resuming her great-great-grandfather's experiments. Imagine growing up kind of under the weight of the name Frankenstein. I mean, Victoria says it in the attraction, they called Henry a monster. So imagine that. And so she came back wanting to vindicate the family name. And she decided that one way to do that was to experiment and control the monsters, put them in a way that they're not a threat to society anymore. But like her great-great-grandfather, she didn't really think through. Henry didn't think about what life for the monster was going to be like after he created it. And then Victoria didn't think about whether these monsters even want to be controlled. Do they want to live in society? Maybe they're happy with where they are. So, you know, she has some early successes with maybe the Hunchback and the Phantom of the Opera. But I think you can see the strain on the Phantom's face. He's not happy that he's under control. And Dracula just says, I'm not having it, right? So he proves how powerful he is and just creates chaos for her experiment. Then we move on to The Curse of the Werewolf. So with The Curse of the Werewolf, the team really wanted to tell sort of that classic werewolf film story. So you walk right into the film. You go out into the woods and you encounter an encampment of mystics led by Maleva. And she welcomes you and tells you that you bear the mark of the curse. And then like we do in all of our werewolf films, right? Everybody says, well, yeah, you're probably in trouble. See you later, right? So she puts you on board of a little wagon and sends you out into the woods. We want to leave enough room in there, though, for the guests to decide, are they the werewolf? Are they running from the werewolf? Do they get attacked? Do they escape? Right? It's really kind of a create your own adventure in that way. But the whole ride really speaks to the whole transformational werewolf experience, the spinning. It's a lot of fun. My insider tip would be allow yourself the time to really just explore all the spaces. There's so much texture, so much richness and storytelling really in every single space the retail, the restaurants. I mean, for me, Duff Steakhouse is just an adventure in kind of Gothic dining, right? So it's really, really cool. So I would say, don't rush through. A lot of people try to experience theme parks just through the attractions. And there's just so much more to see there. So give yourself the time.